everybody, and welcome to today's session on Ask the Chapter. I am Nefeli, and today we have with us Tetyana from the Ukraine chapter. Hello, Tetyana, welcome.
Hi, Nefeli. Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me here today.
Of course, it's a pleasure. So, to get started, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself, your career path in localization in general? What brought you to women in localization, and how did you end up being a chapter manager of the Ukraine chapter?
Thank you for your question. It's a long story. I've been always passionate about languages, about culture. And back in 1997, I started my language company. It was tiny office in Lviv, in Ukraine. And in several years, when all my business processes were more or less settled, I've decided that I have to look for something that will give me the continuous challenges in my life, where something where I need to grow all the time. And localization looked like such an activity for me, and so it brought me to Ukrainian localization, and I was probably the pioneer of Ukrainian localization here. And over the years, of course, I started visiting industry events, and I met with members of Women in Localization there, and they were great company. They were always a great company to talk to. And then when I was back to Ukraine. I talked to women from this industry here, and they were also a great company. So I decided that at a certain point that we are mature enough to start a chapter. It took us several years to wait in line to start the chapter, and uh, I found a lot of people who supported me in this. So we launched the chapter in 2020 during the pandemic. It was a challenge. So I wanted challenges in localization. I got challenges. So it was very interesting time to launch the chapter. And so at first this were pandemic, then it ended as war. So we are really it's not a boring mission to be in Ukraine chapter for us, and it never was. But really, we all enjoy every moment of it. It's uh, something that truly empowers us. And probably I can speak more about this, but that's how it all started. So we united women who wanted to like empower and inspire others. So we do.
Yes, exactly. And that is the story of the Greek chapter too. We started in 2020, and in some ways it was more difficult, but in some other ways it was easier in the sense that we could do a lot of online events, and it was easier to include people throughout the country and be less kind of like location specific. So yeah, you take the good with the bad and the bad with the good, I guess.
Yeah, so it's always bad and good. So you always have that mixture. I see mostly like I prefer to see benefits. It's just everyone always says, "Oh, you started during pandemic, so it probably it was hard." I say it was as it is. It has its benefits.
Yes, exactly. On top of being the chapter manager for the Ukraine chapter, you also received the Star Volunteer Award, which is it has been created and is being awarded to people that kind of move the organization and its mission forward. Would you like to talk to us a little bit about this?
Yes, frankly speaking, this award was something. that really amused me, like, and humble, because it is such a recognition of not only, of course, not only my efforts, but the efforts of all members of our chapter and the efforts of our leadership team, because what they do and what they did during these years was really amazing, and I'm so proud that it was noticed by the global community, and that we got this. Of course, I got this recognition, but I got it on behalf of all of these great people. And I never expected, because of course at that during this last years our chapter was not very active. So we were active, but not as we used to be. And so at a certain point I thought, like that everyone forgot about us. And it was really so great to understand that we are noticed, that we are supported. So for me it means a lot.
Yes, absolutely. I would like to ask you a little bit more about your chapter in terms of, for example, the events and the initiatives that you have been driving since you took over, or your membership even. What are the members kind of like? What kind of career paths do they come from? What are they most interested in? And also any collaboration. I don't know if you maybe collaborate with any other chapters within your region or across regions, but generally, can you give us a sense of what you do on the day to day within your chapter, and yeah, who are you and who is it all kind of like addressed to and intended for?
Yeah. So, like, we during these years, of course, we had a lot of events. Probably, like, one of the most important, that I consider most important, was mentorship program that we had, because it was, for us, it was very important to support young professionals in this field. So we had 2 rounds of internships for students, and we did it not only to give this understanding of profession and to teach new skills to these young people, but also to support other members who are like, mostly they are freelancers. Uh, Probably one fourth is from language companies, and certain part from the buyer side. And they are all very active personalities. They look for development, they look for achievements, and it's very important for all of us to have this supporting environment, and we find them. Uh, and probably for our chapter, it is unique that uh, due to the war, a lot of people appeared outside of Ukraine, uh, and but still they're still identifying themselves as Ukraine chapter, and for them, this feeling of belonging that we develop is really very important. And even some of them are not at the moment even in the industry, but this feeling gives them that strength to move on. And today I checked the numbers before our talk, and um, I found just another proof of how important is this belonging and commitment to one organization, because now we are 350, and during these recent 2 years, we increased by nearly 100 of people. So people are joining volunteer initiative, to feel this support, to feel themselves as an organization. to which they belong. Was started as a professional community. Now it is like a great warm company of friends.
Yes, absolutely. Because we were discussing the other day with Aniko how her coming from the United Kingdom chapter, it's very often that people might be transient in the UK and they come from different places or they live in different places and then they'll go and move on and go to the chapter of the country that they're living in, or when you're moving for work and so on and so forth, how it can act as a community that helps you integrate into your new country. But I think you're bringing another aspect on of people that have even left, kind of like the physical geography of the country, feeling very, very attached to it and still being part of that chapter.
Yes, but also these chapters in other countries, they are so welcoming because I know that when, for example, somebody from Ukraine had to live to another country, they often join this networking event. My daughter, like we used to run business together for recently. She moved to Canada, and it was in the beginning definitely her first days in Canada. She saw a networking event of women in localization in Montreal, and she went there and she said it was so great to feel, you know, to not to feel that your life is ruined and you have to just start on a like empty page, but you met people who supported you, who welcomed you, and though she's not now in the industry, but still for her it was really very important. So it's really that global feeling is, well, it's unique. I think it's unique for our organization.
Yes, absolutely. It's more far-reaching sometimes than we even intend uh, for it to be. And then we're going into 2024. What are you the most excited about that for the new year, for the Ukraine chapter specifically, maybe for the organization at large?
Uh, well, for as we talked to our team recently, and we're defining our plans, what we thought that we're really very excited to start initiatives and start this movement of bringing more empowerment to our members, because we all need this now. And and we also thought that uh, as we actually mentioned, that everything has its good and bad sides. So while many members have this experience of living the country, they got this experience of being in another culture. So uh, we're focusing on expanding our reach to bring their voices back with their new experience, so that they could feel being a part of our family. So we are planning programs and events that not only has this aim to promote their professional development, but to foster this strong sense of community. That's our aim for 2024. And I see that organization in general has a lot of new initiatives, new programs, and it's really it feels great to be a part of all these initiatives. So I think that we are on the way to bring like, stronger impact to world this year.
Yes, that's brilliant. A very positive and optimistic kind of outlook, and you seem to have covered maybe the professional and the strengthening and all that kind of stuff, and you're moving more towards community and community even outside your very own borders. That makes perfect sense. Fantastic. Thank you very much for your time.